Hi, good day everyone. I am Simon Dawson, Senior Lecturer at Cardiff Met University. Welcome to my short interviews with industry specialists where I ask how they got into their field of work, the essential skills that they use on a daily basis, and any advice they can offer students during their studies and when they graduate. Today I'm joined by Helen Wakeford, Quality Manager at Vivo Life. Helen, welcome and thank you for talking to me today.
Hi.
So first of all, I'd just like you to explain a little bit about where you work and what you do, please.
Okay, so I'm quality manager at Viva Life. So we are based down in the southwest, and we are all about sort of vegan protein drinks, and but we're so much more than just the product. We care about the environment, about sustainability, and that's something that's really, really important to us.
Oh, fantastic. So you're the quality manager there. So what would that actually entail?
So at the moment, Vivo is a relatively new business. They're only sort of 4 or 5 years in the making. So we are actually at the moment going through the BRC standard application. And so 99% of my job at the moment is getting the business set up. So we're creating quality systems, processes, and getting procedures in place, and just really developing everything that we do to improve it and make sure that we're ready for that.
Fantastic. So are you going for BRC start or the full BRC?
We're doing full BRC.
Great. So how did you get into this line of work in the first place?
So I actually came a different way from the majority of other people. So I never went to university, and I actually joined the food industry on a temporary basis with an agency. Years ago, I never really knew what I wanted to do. But I knew I needed to get working and I needed a job. So I joined a food business in regulatory and specifications. I sort of stayed there for a few years and just sort of worked my way up into sort of senior specification roles. And then the business actually moved. They moved abroad, across to Ireland. And it was either you come with us or you will be made redundant. So I took the redundancy and then found another job. I stayed in that sort of regulatory specifications role. And then gradually through that business, so I started to then do like internal auditing, GMP audits, and that's sort of where my love for quality really came from, which is quite sad, I suppose, but that's the bit that I really, really enjoyed.
Yes.
And I stayed with that business for about 4 years, and I did a few different roles with them and ended up doing sort of quality management systems, and really heavily focused on those audits. And then that's when the Vivo role came up, and the business just, they're just a brilliant business to work for, but the role itself with the early stages of Vivo, that's how I sort of fell into that, and their main priority at the time was to get BRC, and I'm one of those, you cut me in half, I bleed BRC through and through. So yes, it fitted well for both of us, I think.
I see. So I see you've got the practitioner title, the PCQI. So could you explain what this means, please?
So this is something that I joined not actually that long ago, working with the CQI. And it's really about showing a passion for quality and working with other people throughout different industries to make sure that quality is at the forefront of everybody's minds. And it's really good. It's a good thing to be with. They set up different meetings and all those sort of things, where you can literally have discussions with loads of different people within quality, and it just helps you to grow. And I'm actually hoping to sign up and get a mentor to just help me develop in the future.
Oh, great. So within your current role, I know that the company are quite new. So what kind of different challenges do you find within this line of work?
I think for us, the biggest challenge is that the company's actually grown really, really quickly. And it's kind of grown quicker than the team has, really. So we are growing every day, and it's built, and we've figured out how to make product and how to sell product, and now we're putting in all of the bits behind it to how to make sure that actually is consistent every single time. So one of my biggest challenges is with those people who have been in the business for a long time that say, yeah, but we just do this. And it's like, yeah, but actually we could do it like this, and that would be so much better. I think, yeah, that's probably one of our biggest challenges at the moment, is just changing that mindset that actually if we tweak it slightly, then it'll be better in the long run.
Yes. I think it's a great position to be in, though, working for a company that is growing and growing, steadily.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's so much fun because you can really see what you're doing is making a difference, which you don't generally always get that opportunity.
Mm-hmm. So what kind of essential skills then do you use on a regular basis?
So my biggest one would be communication, and I spend so much time like talking to people and trying to get them to listen and understand where I'm coming from. My background with quality are always seen as these sort of fun sponges. They take that, they put that element of control in, and we have to sort of like dampen it down a little bit and say, yeah, but you need to make sure you're doing your check, and you need to make sure that you stop and you clean. And it's just trying to get people to understand the different way of thinking. So I've had to change my communication skills to make sure that I can talk to all sorts of people. So be it the MD of the company who, they want results, and down to like the shop floor person who's weighing out ingredients to make sure that he understands how accurate that ingredient weigh needs to be.
Mm-hmm. I see. Because I've spoken to a lot of people now, and communication does seem to be one of the big things that they're coming up with. We teach students continuously about how they're writing, and it has to be more academic. Mm-hmm. And then once they leave university, they've then got to reverse it and be able to communicate that back to potentially shop floor workers.
Yeah, so one of my biggest things that I had to really learn was about explaining why, rather than just sort of saying, you must do this. It's about, well, why do we need to do that? And to really get them to understand from their side of view, rather than, well, it's just because Helen says I have to, and if I don't, she's going to come and shout at me.
So for any current students or graduates or those wanting to go into the food industry, what kind of tips would you give them, that could help them along the way, things to do with maybe their CV or cover letters, or just to get their foot in the door in the first place?
So from my point of view, it's really about keeping it really short and sweet. We do get a lot of applicants in sometimes, and it's kind of like you're trying to see the wood from the trees with some of these things, and you want to pick out some real keynotes. Really research the company that you think you want to go and work for, and really understand what their values are, and then try and build those into your cover letter and any skills that you might have that would actually really help them out as a business, I think.
I see. Well, fantastic. So, Helen, thank you for talking to me today. I wish you and Vivo Life lots of success in the future. Sure that we should all be thinking a little bit more sustainable now, especially with the levels of food and plastic waste going on a daily basis. So thank you, take care, and I hope to talk to you again soon.
Brilliant. Thanks very much.